up. In case-
That says we're on air, and is the Zoom all set?
Not when you told me, but neither is
Is the Zoom all set?
Did you? Yes,
Is the Zoom all set?
The Zoom is all set.
Yes, Zoom's all set.
Sorry.
Okay.
sorry, I wasn't.
Welcome to the May 20th, 2024 Board of Assessors meeting for Lunenburg, Massachusetts. In accordance with the requirements for the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast live over the Lunenburg Public Access channel on Facebook Live on the Public Access Facebook page. https://www.facebook.com/lunenburg-cable-157-427-270-975-305/. The recording can be found on the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting. This meeting will be held in person at this location, which is the Blotter Room of the Lunenburg Town Hall. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended nor terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. For remote participation from a computer, please use the link below, which is the public meeting webinar. It's a joint Zoom meeting, https://web.zoom.us.ga/841830386660. Meeting ID again is 841-8303-8660. From a telephone, dial the toll-free number 888-475-4499 and enter the webinar ID again, which is 841-8303-8660, followed by the pound sign. Pound sign. If you're not registered for Zoom, you'll be asked for your name and email address. No participant ID is required. Just press the pound sign when asked. Telephone users may dial *9 to request to speak after joining the meeting. Computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by open meeting law. I will now call us to order. Just give me 1 second. I do want to deliver something. Sorry for the Keystone Cops. Would like to call us to order and open the meeting for board comment. Any comments from the board?
Gotta do the, who's here?
We are in person, but we will do the who's here. Who's here?
Not sure. John Rabbit?
Brian LaFond.
Sarah Kammer.
Linda McQuaid,
And in the empty seat over there is normally Rena.
and she'll be right back.
Thank you. Sorry. Opening comments from the board.
First of all, Sarah, congratulations. Good job on not only being voted in, but also going out and trying to recruit from the selectmen. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Good job. Thank you. That's it.
Congratulations to you, Brian.
And congratulations to you. Was that it?
I just want to say I'll be participating in this meeting. I can't vote because I could not get to the clerk's office in time for my other job.
She needed to be sworn in.
Again.
I was able to be sworn in this afternoon, so I am able to vote and participate in the meeting fully. Mr. Rabbit, do you have anything further comment?
No, I'm going to save it for on the agenda. Items on the
Thank
agenda.
you. Any further comment? Okay, I have none either. Any comment from the public? Seeing no hands in the air on the Zoom?
Nope. I don't
Okay.
see anything.
I will welcome a status report from the principal assessor. Linda?
Hello, everybody. Well, our abatement period ended last Thursday. We have a total of 42 abatements. 5 of them are personal property. 27 abatements were from the lakes. Rita and I have started inspecting them. We have more than half completed, so we're making headway with those. And other than that, continuing to review the 102 building permits to, review all the permits from the past to make sure we didn't miss any properties, or buildings, I should say. I did happen to come across another omitted bill, which will be going out on the 28th of May.
And that's supplemental or?
That's going to be omitted bill.
Okay.
The building was missed. Yep. And we settled 4 ATB cases from FY 2023. Other than that, it's been very busy with abatements. The motor vehicle abatements, excise tax abatements have slowed down a little bit, which is a good thing.
Somewhat.
Yeah. We did also submit the MDM-1, which is reimbursement from the state for the motor vehicle, for the veterans exemptions as well, and then any veterans that that were issued a motor vehicle excise tax bill, we get reimbursed for that. So that's something that was submitted to the Department of Revenue, and that was on May 1st. We submitted that as well. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Current business, we have minutes from April 22nd and May 6th. I don't know if everyone, the May 6th ones just came in this morning. I made some amendments and sent it back over. I have copies here for anybody that was like one.
I'd love a copy, thank you.
I'd like to stay as current as,
I'm all set. I
You are.
read it, and it's okay.
the adjusted one?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Would you like one, Rita?
Here, you can both read it.
We can read this one. I think I printed them out, but
Well, you really want to give them away? so you take 'em home
I
and
made the
recycle?
copies.
Okay, I'll take one, just in case.
I read through it on my handheld.
On the May 6th one?
Yeah.
Well, we should probably review the April 22nd first, just to be logical. And I'll pass that over. Hand one to you. We've had a chance to see these in the past, but I did make some amendments recently, so.
You have one more?
I do.
Thank you.
I don't know if there was anything that further that needs to be changed on this, but if you note anything, please note it. We'll make the amendment and move on. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I printed one.
It's fine.
Oh, two-sided.
Upside down, to, you know.
So much easier.
I think you might say, Mr. Chairman, is that Rabbit is hoping the website will go live by the end of the month. Rabbit was in dreamland.
Well, it's what we said, so.
Yeah, no, I know, no, I'm just commenting. I wish you didn't listen so well.
Yeah, it's recorded.
I know, yeah, I know,
Your words will live long after you.
probably.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I found a couple periods and commas.
That's fine, we can put them in. I can make those amendments before I send them off.
Okay,
Are they in here?
Yep.
Can I find them?
I don't know. There's one more comma. It's like on the next page. It's after a date.
These will be fixed. Any more comment on the April 22nd minutes?
Move we accept them?
Is there a second? Oh, you can't second, so I'll second.
Oh, there we go.
So all in favor, just the two of us. So we will have to note that is approved. That's April 12th. Yep, April 22nd, okay. And on to the May 6th. Any comment on the May 6th or corrections?
I did not notice anything.
Do you prefer it this way or this way?
I printed every which way.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know if you had a preference.
The document as reads is fine, but however, I would like to make a comment with regard to services to help people.
Where's that?
Well, that's in the first paragraph there. Comment on opening comments on the board.
Yep,
Okay, it says, John Rabbit questions.
go ahead.
Okay, if there are services that we offer to people with their abatement, and I know in an earlier conversation, we had indicated that if a member tries to help, that it's not perceived as, it could cause a conflict of interest, or perception of a conflict of interest. I did check with Becky with regard to what are the right protocols. I checked twice just to make sure. And essentially, if I were to go, which I have, and there's one of them, I have helped someone with it, to avoid any perception of a conflict of interest, I will recuse myself, as I've done in the past.
Oh, so that's not in...
It's
this
not
is
that right, but it doesn't show up in the agenda, so, and I know it tonight, it might come up.
So, well, we could talk about it during public comment, and in fact, we probably should have earlier, that's fine, that's good.
Okay, I just held off.
Okay,
So that would be the intent for the folks to know that if I do or any of the other members help, they can't necessarily jump in to help them with regard to voting for it or against it. They just have to recuse themselves. So that was my only comment. Otherwise, it looks
that
great.
doesn't change anything that's on
No,
here.
like as I said, there's
Okay,
no,
changes.
no change to the contents.
Is there any changes, any other changes, suggested changes to the content?
No.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
I'll second. The two of us?
Can we want to do this in unison? Can we, you're a singer, you know?
Yeah, we could
But we could do that.
duet.
Duet, yeah. In harmony, two-part harmony.
Thank you. 'Cause now we're, again, current with the minutes. We had gotten in arrears quite a bit.
And looks good.
Review and approve invoices, expense vouchers, payroll, billing errors, et cetera. You have some things for us to review and sign?
We just have one from Nate
Nice.
for the settling of the ATB cases,
And that's whose bill?
for MFS.
MFS.
MFS?
Yeah.
It's for $450. $150 per.
So I know we had gotten several copies of prior bills that we had already approved, so this is the only new one.
This is the new one, yeah.
Okay. So this was for the settlement of the last?
Right. It was a combo
Yep.
special.
So we need to approve this, do you remember? I think we just
You have to
signed.
sign it.
Go ahead, you sign it. Sure. If you want to sign it.
I think you
You don't wanna
want to
sign it?
sign it, because
Let
you're
me
not
know.
voting.
Well, then we can't get it through, can we?
This is sort of the end of the contract with Nate for now, right? Is that?
Yes, I believe so. We have not contacted him for any other.
Thank you. And that's it for the, oh, you don't need to sign it? No, I was just passing it back through.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was she,
Should I move you to the end so you won't have to do that? And you can certainly comment on anything, you just can't vote on
I
anything.
just can't vote. Yeah.
Update on the neighborhood review team proposal?
So I sent everybody a updated copy of that. I have so far 3 volunteers. I'm looking for a realtor. And then I will have a full committee, subcommittee, no.
Oh.
Yeah, committee.
So you have a lake person, non-lake person?
Mm-hmm.
And is it okay to share their names?
Oh, yeah.
Is it hidden?
sorry,
Is it-
sorry.
Is this a sub rosa?
So far for our contractor, Rena has volunteered. We asked for 2 members at large, or a member that lives on the lake and a member who lives off the lake. Mr. Carl Luck volunteered
Great.
to be the lake representative, and Miss Anna Lockwood volunteered to be the non-lake resident.
Great. That's one N, right?
Yes.
So if anybody's typing up the minutes, it's one N on Anna.
Oh, Anna, okay.
It's actually Anna, yeah.
And I call Kara, but she's really Kara,
Yeah.
sorry. And so you're just looking for one more member.
Yep.
If anybody has some suggestions on realtors in town that are familiar with the town, they don't have to be member of the town, they're familiar with the
Yes.
town, that would be okay.
You can send me an email at scammer@Lunenburg.ma.
And when are you hoping to have your first meeting?
Well, I'll have to get sworn in.
No, you don't. Well,
Yeah, I do.
probably do.
I do. I'm supposed to be the board representative.
You can represent the board without being on the board, so yes.
I suppose I can. Anyway, the earliest would be the second week in June,
Week 2 of June.
because we have on our books June 3rd is a potential meeting.
We do.
I also have June 10th as a potential meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of my other activities are happening between now and the end of
Yeah,
the
that's
first
fine.
week of June.
And 10th was merely tentative, depending
Yes.
upon where we are on the 3rd.
But that should give us some time so that everybody on the board can, or on that subcommittee can get up to speed about the rules for
Yep.
DLS, about neighborhoods and site qualifiers. And then the next meeting that we can get together, we can then start to delve into what ours looks like and what we want to do there. I'm creating a GIS so we can look at it visually in a map, along with all the fields, which include things like site characteristics and our current classification for the neighborhoods. I think the thing that we'll need down the road, which we don't need yet, is when we're looking at the neighborhoods, deciding if they will be appropriate or not based on our previous sales. And so that'll be the bigger thing to get, but we have a little time to do that because we're going to have our first meeting, it'll be the second week of June, and then the next one will be in July. And the
Great.
goal is to finish by the end of August.
Wow, great.
I've got other things to do after August.
Don't we all? Yeah, I think that's a great goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can, that's 8 to 10 weeks essentially, right? So
Mhm.
that's not bad.
Which is what we put.
Yep, that's good. Did you want to mention the thing you found today?
Yes, I made a couple of calls today. In fact, I went online and looked at Groton's database because I had lakefront property. And I knew we had we coded all the waterfront the same. And actually, in our database is a code. It's a 1013, which is single-family water. So it's what we used in Groton for the waterfront. And I copied off a card with the land use code on it.
Okay. I'll hang on to that.
And
Do you want?
it's in
No,
our
that's fine.
it's in our database, so we will be able to use that. And then I spoke to Kathy Miller over in Littleton, and Kathy said that all her waterfront are neighborhood 1, and it's everything that touches the lake. And she said she has, because there's a few lakes over there too, she has them all coded as waterfront 1. She has a waterfront view, but, and that's a code number 2. She has 7 codes. And she said, most of them, the waterfront 2, she said, when she did all the sales analysis to find out what just off the lakes was selling for, she said there was no really price difference from her biggest neighborhood, her general neighborhood. So she only,
From going to 1 to 2?
neighborhood 1 is right on the water. And neighborhood 2 is anything that's off the water, like a water view. And she said when she did all the analysis, there was like $1 difference between one of her biggest average neighborhoods and the water in the view. So she said there's
Immaterial
real,
difference.
yeah, there's no real distinction. Her big distinction is waterfront 1, any
Right.
properties that are right on the water. So we talked about that for a little while, and she said she has 7 neighborhoods.
Okay.
And Littleton is
I think,
a little bit bigger
Little
than
bigger.
us. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And I think there's 3 lakes over there. There's Manawanaki, Long Lake, and I can't think, it's an Indian name on the other one, and I can't think of it. Well, that's Manawanaki, but Long Lake, and there's one other, I think.
I
There's
think,
one that kind of goes between Littleton and, I think it's Westford.
yeah, I think, and you know, we'll get into it in the
Yeah.
subcommittee, but I think one of the things that we're really missing, you know, we need to have the neighborhoods redone because it just,
Yeah.
we need to have the right number of
Right.
sales for the neighborhoods to work. I think what we're really missing in Lunenburg are the site qualifiers.
Right.
So it'd be,
And Kathy did say she spent a lot of time looking at all her sales.
yeah,
She said that's what she used as the base.
and I think the site qualifiers will really help differentiate some of
Right.
the property issues that we've been having as a town.
And you might want to look at that card. It's an interesting house.
Oh, it is.
Look to see the old owner was.
Really. I won't say really old.
I had missed that, thank you.
And I had 800 feet of waterfront over there because I was out on a point.
Wow.
So I
Look
had
at
a
the
lot
house.
of.
Can you see the
Yeah.
octagonal
It's
house?
so cool. It's,
No, I can't see. Imagine a tax bill. eh?
it's an octagon.
It's an octagon, yes.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
we built it to match the contour of the land.
Wow.
Just a little side note.
Oh, that is really neat.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
And thank you for that update.
Yep.
And good luck. I love running committees. Not.
Where's that gavel?
Yeah, in the drawer, right there, hit 'em.
Thank you. You want,
Thank you.
is that for,
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
because it, it shows that land use code, and that land use code is in our tables already. We just haven't
We
used
just
it.
didn't use it. All right.
no, instead we went to neighborhood 1A and 1B. Nobody knows why. Literally. Sorry. Thank you. The next item is the brief status of the rollout of the website, test plan release schedule.
Okay.
You were able to,
I did my best, yes. I think I was. I sent you folks out, first of all, here's, this is the
Do you
new one.
have a roll plotter at home? How
What's
are you
that?
printing these?
I am.
Do you have a roll plotter?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it worked when I had another business. And later on,
how many of these are there?
there's only 3, but Rena, has already
There's
got
one
one copy. I
downstairs.
just at the
We have
office.
one
to
downstairs.
Make some comments.
But
And here's your copies from last time.
Yeah.
Just, you can go home and do a comparison. In your spare time. Forms include, okay, I think this is your writing, Brian. That's yours, original. And Sarah, I think this is yours.
I think that's mine, because I was kind of doing a telescope thing with it.
What's that?
She was doing this telescope.
Oh, yeah.
You did not see me do this?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I missed it.
Can't help it with big paper.
So anyway, take a look. As Sarah, I'm using your quote, it's never done, website is never done.
Right.
It's never done.
And
Living document.
so where we are right now is that Cara is ready to go. And we're making the movements on the temporary site that we have that's going, making it look much more like this, less the icons, we can't carry icons. And if you folks are good for it, she'll fire back up, and there's a few pieces, there's a pile of links that are broken, that'll get fixed pretty quick. And I don't know if you want another review after this, or take a look at it. And I'm meeting with Kara on Thursday, so, and I suspect it's gonna take her a week at least to kind of piece this all back together. It's that big thing that says
Resources is big, huge,
Yeah, I made that just so you could see it, Brian.
thankfully.
I'm actually having a hard time reading the little boxes.
Oh, no, but I sent you the link with the high-def PDF in
Yes,
there. Okay.
and I remember looking through that PDF, and at least the citizens box looks like what we discussed.
Yeah.
And then when I look under the other subheaders, those look like what we discussed. So
Well,
I think you got it.
I think you captured most of it.
Yeah.
I'll double check, but I don't see any
Okay.
reason why we can't move forward, because this conceptually
It seems there.
does what we
Yeah.
wanted to do, I
And I
think.
thought it was brilliant. You're right, we had too many.
Yeah.
And so
Group them.
consolidating down to 7 is a good idea. Yeah, and so I asked him about the index and stuff. We have an index in there. We have a sort of table of contents in there, so we're good.
It's-
And the bottom half still has big pieces that I got to work on, but that's the long. You're going to make it a telescope again?
So the bottom half isn't the half we're most concerned about rolling out.
Right. It's where the citizen's going to go look.
Top half, it looks pretty good, Jack. I would say that,
And
Yes.
congratulations.
it's not done yet, but thank
It's
you.
never done,
It's never
It's never
done.
done.
but we need to declare it done, roll it
Yes.
out, and then we can move forward from
Yeah.
there. If we need to add
Right.
stuff, we'll add
Okay.
it, change stuff, we'll change it.
Thank you. Good. Carol will be able to.
Good result.
No, this is a good
Hard
team
work.
effort. This is a
Hard
team.
work.
This is a great team. It really is.
Hard work, so.
So with that, that's my report.
We don't get to, she doesn't get to vote on anything, but she can certainly feedback, and I think the feedback from you, at least, is, let's roll forward.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Get this thing out.
We're going to discover loads of
Wow.
things and after, but we'll just keep fixing as we go. That's okay.
So thank you for the update. So you're expecting to meet, do you have something scheduled with Kara yet this week?
Thursday at
Is it
10.
Thursday? Good.
Yeah.
So we'll get that, and then I don't know how long that rollout will take thereafter. Will there be
It
some
depends on how
testing?
much work she's got there.
More testing when it's live, just to double check?
Oh, yeah.
bring
I'll
my
be
quick
testing as she
sheet.
goes. We'll still have
If you
the,
need us to help with the testing once it's
Okay.
live too, we can do
yeah.
that. I
gave-
don't mean to volunteer you for anything, but me can help.
And,
I will check it out. But
yeah,
I'll
you have the-
expect you to do most of
You
it.
have the web address in the header here if you want to sit down and do a www kind of thing, you can win it. It's not going to change until she's comfortable and we're both comfortable and we can go with it. But hopefully in 2 weeks we can come back and say, yeah, take a look. Isn't that when we come
June
back
3rd.
into it? Yeah,
Yep. Fabulous.
that's good.
Great work.
No, thank you. This is a good team.
It's hard.
All 5 of us are a good team.
It's hard.
We are. We really are. And I feel blessed to be able to work with you. I do.
All right, are we ready?
Discussion, details and development of the assessing calendar. I postponed the calendar discussion till
I'm sorry,
June 3rd.
June 3rd, yeah. What are we doing on June 3rd?
Discussing the assessor's calendar.
Oh,
So-
okay. Okay.
June 3rd.
Right, where did he go? So the rest of the agenda is postponed?
Not yet.
Oh,
Well, I just
okay.
wanted, we postponed the
Just the dates.
status on the investigation of the exemptions. That we've put off for now, till at least next week.
Okay.
Um,
Got some stuff going.
and-
I'll do it at the very end. It'll take 2 seconds. Go ahead. We won't go through it.
And policies, I think I sent a draft of a policy. Late, was it today? Did I send it today? I don't know if I sent it.
Let me check.
Get it?
No, I'm not sure if I sent it at all. I may have just written it up. It was
I don't
about,
recall.
Web,
I don't recall seeing it today.
no, I didn't send it, so don't look for it.
Okay.
okay.
I have a policy that I've started to write, but I really think we ought to have a policy format. I'm not sure what that should look like. Is there anybody that could write up a format?
You guys.
I got the side eye.
I can certainly volunteer to do that along with you.
I'll put it out there, and you can tell me what the format, how the format needs to change.
I can pull one down and find it easy enough.
That works for me.
Okay.
Upcoming meetings, we are definite for June 3rd.
Yep.
I'll make all the arrangements as far as location. I think it'll be here because I believe that this room is available. On June 10th, it would not be, but I will reserve a room for the 10th, just in case.
Okay.
That would be really, if we need to follow up on some abatements that are not closed yet. So that would really be my focus on the 10th. And then we don't have anything till July 22nd. That's a large gap. And we talked about going once a month. And I don't know if we can do earlier in July. I think there was some difficulty with scheduling on earlier in July.
At least on Mondays,
Right.
yeah.
So let's leave that for another discussion on, we'll check it on June 3rd and see what everybody looks like.
We could try the 1st of July if we want. I might be jet lagged.
What time does he have this down for?
Okay. We'll talk about it on June 3rd.
Sounds good.
Fabulous.
See if we actually need it.
Wow,
That then.
that was really aggressive. Nice. So, anything else? Should we just go to public comment? Any public comment on,
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, I'm
and
sorry.
then there'll be board comment, is that
Yes,
okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
checking.
Sorry, I thought I jumped.
There isn't anybody on Zoom.
Anybody, nobody's, okay.
Who's on Zoom?
No comment from the public in the public? We'll go to the board. You did have something you wanted to say.
I did, I apologize, jumping there.
It's okay.
Okay, just two really quick questions to the board, and that's all I need help. Okay, the 41A that we're looking at, that's the deferral piece. The challenge is good, I've been talking to Becky a couple different times, trying to see who's doing what. The challenge is going to be the banks and getting them to take a second position, but there are some. But I want to, there's also a question of what are the mechanics inside, and do I need to go to Adam to ask, or to Heather, or what is the recommended go talk to?
Not clear what you mean by mechanics.
Okay, if someone's going to, essentially, you fill out all sorts of forms, you basically agree to allow the town to put a lien against you, and for this deferral. So is there a mechanism, there's a voluntary deferral, or, a voluntary lien? And I know the state has a form, and then at the same time, can I start calling around to banks and seeing what their position is on this document?
So if it's a lien and we're the administrators as an assessor's department, wouldn't it come to the lead assessor to then?
Most likely, yeah.
Pursue
But
it.
what happens, how does that lien get communicated? I just want to build an understanding of the process, and for that matter, make it really clear that, do we have any limits in how far, can they owe us about half the value? Can they owe us the full value?
I think that's something that we have to decide as a board.
Yeah. So where do I go and get information from that? Rena?
I think they can actually defer any amount. They can defer all their taxes, half
Oh,
their
yeah.
taxes.
But up to what value of the property?
There is a number.
Yeah.
I don't remember it offhand, but when, we only had a couple in Groton, and when I turned the deferrals over to the tax collector, and he took care of it from there.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what
Because,
happens.
yeah, he dealt with the bank, whatever bank it was.
Yeah.
It's an 8% interest on the payback.
Now, from what I understand also on that, when talking about the interest rates, it's 8% automatic, and by the way, the town is already enrolled, every town is enrolled in this deferral program. If the town decides that they want to collect more or less, it has to go to a town vote to change the interest rate. And so, yeah, that was kind of clear, and I practiced all that stuff with Becky twice, and she gave me the same answer twice, so that's okay. And so that's the challenge. I've got to keep noodling that, and maybe Adam would know something about this, or how other towns, or maybe Heather or Rena. So I'm just going to keep charging on that one. And the other one, I'm having difficulties reconciling a little bit of the circuit breaker and the House bill that just got passed from, the Lou and Tom docket, because they say you have to live in the town 15 years.
Has it got
Becky's,
past the legislator?
that's the legislation, what legislature passed.
Well, it passed
Sorry,
the House.
And I'm going
It was
beyond.
passed, it went to the governor, but it was bounced back to the governor. Was it passed again?
I thought had been passed, and it was in
I
the
don't know
process
that
of
it's been
getting written
passed
up.
again.
It hasn't been written up?
It got bounced back from the governor's office, but I don't know if it got
Oh,
passed
okay.
again, so.
New information.
So
Thank
if
you.
we could, well, that was a couple weeks ago. If we could defer some of that conversation, because that is a future
Will.
conversation item.
Yep. So that's my
But
challenge.
thank you for the follow-up, I appreciate
And
it.
I thank you for giving me that tip. I didn't know it, and I was waiting for it to just come through. It had been approved, but that's all right.
Well, it may have been reapproved, I don't know that.
I'm not sure.
Since I was given information, it may have been reapproved, don't know that.
Okay.
I had looked at it like a month ago, so I'm not sure where it is right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody will tell us.
Good, thank you.
Just a question, is there some action we're supposed to take on this omitted bill?
That was just for
Just
information.
informational?
Yep. So actually,
Perfect.
we've had two so far. That's the second one.
Okay,
And that will be going out on the 28th, and I have a letter too that is going on, just to explain.
why they owe us money?
Yes, this is it. Yeah. And I did actually go to that property today and I went off of the plans, but I inspected it just to make sure that they picked
Remeasured.
everything up, remeasured everything. And the homeowner is aware
Yeah,
that it's coming.
we don't want anybody to
Well,
be
this is the
surprised.
same thing.
Yeah.
But this, oh, here, you read one, I'll read one. Yep. You probably want to keep that, right?
In the bill.
Can we keep these pretty colored things?
You can keep the pretty colored bill, though.
I like pretty colored things. Can you tell? I'm wearing black or dark blue.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I might just throw one more in. The 41C exemption options, I called Becky, and I think Becky sent back to you folks, that we got to come back and make changes to the index for the state. And with regard to the exemption changes, we have to notify them. It has to go through the town
Yeah,
clerk.
There's a notification
Town clerk.
process that the
Yeah.
town clerk does.
Yeah, and so, has anybody sent it to Kathy, or we're waiting for the results, and Kathy will do this? We'll come back?
Well-
That's for assessment.
No.
No, this exemption changes.
Where we voted for exemption changes at the last town meeting, changes to the exemption age and amount,
Yeah.
Kathy has to notify the state, so it's up to
Right,
Kathy to do it.
right.
We'll follow up with Kathy to make sure it happened, but you don't need to do
Oh,
anything
I
about
thought
that.
was
Right, I
through.
called her, and she says, you got to get it
Oh, who?
initiated. Becky.
Yeah, Kathy needs to take care of that.
Okay, and we'll follow up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's what clerk does, doesn't it? Don't we have that?
That's what the town clerk does.
No, that's what, the clerk of assessors,
This,
cutting me out of my title.
That's an abatement application.
Okay, we're getting bumpy.
what's this one? Is this one different? Is this an abatement application?
That's actually our first one to discuss.
Oh,
when
okay,
go
we
into
aren't there
exec-
yet.
No,
No, we're not there yet.
Any other board comment? I do have one thing that I wanted to say, and that is I drafted up a letter to be included in the adjusted bills that will be sent out for those people that had exemptions where their property value was misstated. I'm going to, if it's okay that you guys have read through it, I'll take this to the town manager and let her modify it as much as she needs to make it legal. I don't know if we've finished the investigation into the corrections yet. Haven't heard anything from
Mylene?
town
We have
tax
not.
collector.
She hasn't said anything.
Okay, I'll follow up with the town
Okay.
manager, but I'll bring this as my baseline. Thank you. Then, I think we need to talk about moving into executive session for abatement review, and
I think you guys have to make the motions.
we do.
Mr. Chairman, do we have to talk about that?
That's the
in
one I just asked
executive-
about.
Executive session at all, or?
No, this,
No.
I just asked about this one.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we need to go anything
Nope.
further
Nope.
in terms of how did that happen, or doing any kind of investigation on that? Why?
It was one of those properties that the,
It was
you could
missed-
explain.
It was missed from, the occupancy permit was issued the end of '22, and the building was missed. So all of '23, there was no tax bill, and '24.
Okay,
So that's the bill for the building portion, and the outbuilding, because it was a shed. So that's being sent.
Mm-hmm. So it just fell through the
So
cracks?
the previous
It did, yeah.
principal assessor did not follow up on it.
So that's why I'm trying to go through those permits.
Bless your heart.
And
That's
then
what the hun-
luckily, we had a Realtor that called, so that's how that one was caught. Because the Realtor noticed that she was listing the property, that it was only, land
Land.
only. So then I went on open.gov, got the plans, and today went out and
So
inspected
this
the
wasn't on the
property.
list of 102 that we got from the,
It might be, I'm
Okay.
still going through the list.
so there was a
It
list
might
of
be.
102 that she's
Yeah.
now investigating, and
Yeah,
Bless your heart.
so anyway, so that, yes,
That was a
this
big
doesn't need to
number,
be an executive session, it's
so
just.
we have 2 of those so far that were missed, two omitted bills went out. This is
Okay.
the second one.
Right.
Yep.
So, would you like to read the executive session thing? So we'll be,
I read it already.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Not this one?
The thing at the bottom here, this executive
Oh.
session. I suppose I could read it because.
Okay, would you like me to read that?
I'll read it.
Yeah, okay.
I move that we enter into executive session, suspend the open meeting, and enter into executive session, not to return to open session after exiting this executive session. The motion to enter executive session under purpose 7 to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant in aid requirements. Applications for abatement or exemption under this chapter shall, except in the proceedings before the county commissioners, the appellate tax board, or the court of the court of the Commonwealth, be open only to the inspection of assessors, the commissioner, the deputies, clerks, and assistants of either the assessors or the commissioner, and other such officials as designated private auditors of the Commonwealth. Chapter 59, Section 60 of the Mass General Law is the law being cited. And I move that we adjourn.
So moved.
You'll second.
Seconded.
And then we
Yeah.
will jointly vote.
Yeah.
And that was, thank you. So we are moving into executive session. If it is the
We have to go upstairs.
pleasure of the board, what, okay, we need to, oh, I forgot.
Turn up.
We're all set. We're moving into executive session. We will be shutting down the
Video
video and Zoom.
and Zoom.
And shutting the door.
We'll wait for them to